Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, The Crafty Closet. If you're new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Now, today I'm going to be showing us how to do a what's trending this week craft. Now, it's a viral craft. It's something that you've been seeing all over your socials, whether it's your Facebook, your TikTok, or your Instagram. It's something everyone has been doing, everyone has been trying, and now you want to get on the bandwagon and try it too. Then that's why I'm here. I'm here to help you do that. So for this week's craft, what's viral right now this week, I chose the Spongebob font Mental Breakdown tee. Now, if you are in any type of crafting groups all over Facebook, then you know what I'm talking about. You have seen this image shirt come up a lot, and I'm going to show you guys how to do it. And I took the legwork out for us. I found everything we need for free. So we got this in the bag, y'all, right? So for this project, you're going to need a t-shirt or a sweatshirt. I chose to use a hoodie, and this is a 50-50 blend hoodie. And then you're going to need several different colors of glitter heat transfer vinyl, because y'all know I got to take it up a notch. And I have 4 different colors, and all of our glitter heat transfer vinyl is going to be the Caesar brand. I really like their heat transfer vinyl. Then you're going to need some black. Our black is going to be our HCV Ront. And I also needed some blue heat transfer. I didn't have any in my preferred brand, but dug in my stash, and I had this one. This is the Make Market brand of HCV. I got this from Michael's. This is Michael's own brand of heat transfer vinyl. So I've used it before. It worked out pretty well. I needed blue, so took it out the box, and this is what we're going to be using for our project today. And then of course, you're going to need your 12 by 24 Cricut mat, your heat press, your weeding tool, and your fabric measuring tape. Now, y'all want to know how to do those SpongeBob font mental breakdown tees you've been seeing all over the place? Then you know what you got to do. You got to stick around. Okay, crafting family, so let's get into this what's trending this week craft. This is the first video I'm dropping like this. If it gets a good reception, then who knows, I'll start dropping them once a week. So we are getting into the SpongeBob Mental Breakdown tee that you've seen all over social media. I have everything already preloaded. So let's start with our font before we bring in our images. So now our font is going to be a font that I downloaded from the font, and it was a free font, and the font is called Sometime Later. So this is our SpongeBob style font. Now let's go ahead and, okay, now that we have uploaded on our mat, let's get into the text. So now first I'm going to change this to black so it makes a lot more sense, and I'm going to go ahead and write what we see on that shirt. Make sure you unlock your proportions so it will extend, and I'm going to tell you why the reason it needs to extend after I tell y'all what we writing on here. So SpongeBob, if you have kids, if you've seen SpongeBob at some point in your life, you already know he has these breaks when, I don't need to explain to y'all what SpongeBob is. Come on now. Alright, so one mental break. Okay. Now everything on the first word is going to be a, oh god, I got cotton in my mouth, y'all. Let's go ahead. One mental breakdown later. Now this is going to be our base for our font, and the reason why I didn't break this up is because it was easier just to make it as one long text, and then this way all of our height and weight of the text was the same. So now let me go ahead and bring this down a little bit, and here we go. This is our text. I'm going to bring this up just a little bit. Now this is one of those projects where you have to definitely measure your space on your shirt, on your garment, so you know exactly how much space you are working with. So remember, measure first, how much space you want to work with before you fill in the gaps. Okay, so now we got our one mental breakdown later, and let me add the dots. Let's see where we at here. One mental breakdown later. 2, 3, 4. So now this is one solid one solid texting line. I'm going to go ahead and break this up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ungroup this. We're going to ungroup the whole thing. Now I don't know why it keeps going on top of the text, y'all, but we're just going to make each word, it's a separate word. So we're going to go ahead and separate everything we need. And now we have all of our words separate. Now, you could do it and just do your spaces, but for some reason this font, the way it was made, it gives you like a really wide space in between if you bring down your next set of letters underneath the first set. It just didn't make any sense to me, so I was like, I have to do it, which makes sense to me, and this way made sense to me. So now we're going to go ahead and let's go ahead and attach. We're going to combine each word. So that is one word now. And we're going to do that for all of our words. You're going to go ahead and hit combine and hit weld. Now there we go. So now we have 4 separate words, right? One mental breakdown later. Okay, so now it's coming together. This is our basis for our font. Next, you're going to go ahead and we're going to get our bikini bottom outline, our bikini bottom backdrop. So that is already uploaded, and I'm going to show you guys that right now. So first, let me move this font over here, and then let's go ahead and get our bikini bottom backdrop. So as you can see, the bikini bottom backdrop is just those little flowers and these little bubble looking circles. Now if you've seen the file, if you've seen the picture on the shirt, you know this is exactly what it looks like. Now we got this from the font, remember y'all, and now our bikini bottom flowers and these little bubbles, I got that from a website. And remember, everything I'm telling y'all is free. Don't y'all go around there on Etsy and pay for this stuff. Our flowers that we're looking at came from svg4k.com. Of course, you're going to see that pop up in a second. I forgot to tell you guys no, I did tell you this. This text is the font, and this is svg4k.com. Now, this is going to come as although it looks all attached, it's really not. It just pops up on your canvas as attached, but what I mean by that is if you go here, you'll see all the bubbles are attached and then all of the flowers are individual, which makes sense because you're going to want to move them around to fit within your spacing of your little mental breakdown letters. Little mental breakdown, little quote here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and first I'm going to move all of my flowers. We're just going to move them all under our bikini bottom, under our, our saying. So let's go ahead and move these all. And I actually wound up not using them all because I really just didn't need it. It just didn't fit within what I was doing. But if you want to use them all, as you can see, there's several different colors. And this, again, is when I told y'all that's why you need all of those different colors of glitter heat transfer vinyl, because we're doing our flowers in glitter. So now, as you can see, you have your little bubbles here, right? Oh, come on, y'all. Okay, so we have our bubbles here. Okay, let me do it this way. Let's just click on the bubble. Now we have all our bubbles here. I didn't use all the bubbles either, but you can use them any way you like. Now, although they're all grouped like this, they aren't attached. And you know they're not attached because you can click on each individual bubble. So let me hide my flowers. You know what? Let's hide our text. And now let's go ahead and get with our flowers. We'll move our flowers over here. Because remember, the file came together, so it's making it seem like it's attached in this group, but it's not. So let's start with our little bikini bottom, these bubbles. So we have our bubbles, and we are going to, you're going to have to hide all of your flowers, because again, for some reason this file, it's a free file, so sometimes it's quirky. It's still grouping it like it's all together. So you're going to go ahead and hide all of your flowers, and this way we'll be able to individually work with our bubbles. Now, when I say work with our bubbles, now once we hit the little arrow over here, you can see each bubble is separate by itself. So if you wanted to go ahead and hit print right now and make, it's going to come with all of these bubbles are separate and they'll all be in a line. So that's not what we want. So you want to, again, make sure y'all measure what y'all want. You may not need all of these bubbles, and I'm going to show you what I did to achieve my look. So now we have our bubbles. We're going to move our bubbles over here, and now I'm going to go ahead and bring back let's bring back our font. Let's go ahead and put each letter on the canvas. So now let's go ahead and let's move. We're going to go here. We'll keep everything in the middle so it makes sense. So we'll go here. We'll go here. You can do it any way you want. We'll go here and we'll go here. Doesn't have to be this way, but that'll work. So now we got one mental breakdown later. And now let's go ahead, and we already show where you can see each individual bubble. Go ahead and just start placing your bubbles wherever you want. Right? You can place them wherever you want. You don't have to use them all. Once you start doing your visuals, you'll see what makes sense for you. But I'm just going to show y'all briefly, how I did it, what I chose. Now remember, click on them individually over here in this little box, because if you try to just click on them as a whole, they're all going to be together, which is annoying. But again, it's free, so we're going to have to work with what we got. So we got that, and let's go here, and we'll just move them around just a little bit. We don't need I didn't use all of them. If you guys want to use all of them, by all means, you do so. And now I'll probably use maybe I'll use this one. I'll put it here, and then I'm going to show you what I'm doing next. I'm going to move these three over here. I'm not going to use them. So I could delete them. But you keep them on your canvas just in case you want to fill in your your area. So now let's go ahead and get to the razzle dazzle part, and then we're going to bring back our flowers. So we are adding to our Squidward. I gave it away. We adding Squidward to ours. So we taking this up a notch, and we just remixing a little bit, because you already know razzle dazzle is what we do around here in the crafty closet. So now you have your one mental breakdown later, right? And you have all your little bubbles. Now I did this backwards, y'all, so I'm going to bring all of this over here so that it kind of makes sense. And then what I'm going to do now, the Squidward came from svgdeal.com. Again, this was free. It was a free font. You're going to keep that exactly the way it is, but this font is broken up for some reason. You see how it's not attached? So let's go ahead and remove that again. And now you're going to make sure you go to your Squidward font and you combine it, weld it so that it's all one image. And now here you go. So now these little furry lines are still in place. You have your one mental breakdown later, and we're going to go ahead and group this. We're going to weld this so that it's all the same. Let's just make sure that our Squidward is big enough here. Now, of course, this is just for show. Mine is, of course, a little shorter because this is 6.5 wide by 14.5 high. So that would take up like a pretty decent amount of the shirt. But for illustration purposes, let's just bring him on down here to about, we'll bring him to about 4, we'll bring him to 4 by 9, right? Now we're going to go ahead and then take our words, and then we're going to combine it. Now I'm going to go ahead and combine our words. Don't worry, even though our blue bubbles are in here, it won't attach it. But just make sure your wording is exactly, how you want it to look. You could break it up however you may want to, but I mean, this was good. Of course, I'm going to make him bigger so it all makes sense. But again, you have to make sure y'all measure it so that it looks as good as you want it to. So now let's go ahead and take our one mental breakdown later. We're going to go ahead down here to combine, hit weld. And now our mental breakdown later and our Squidward are together, y'all. And now this is where you're going to go ahead and move your bubbles around and put them wherever you want. Remember, you're going to click on them individually and place them exactly where you want them to go. They can go wherever. Whatever looks good to you. Because remember, you're making your own shirt for yourself. So you could, stick them around wherever you want it. But remember, you have to click on each individual bubble and then have it, the way you want it. So remember, I didn't use all of them. We're going to go ahead and we'll put you here, up here somewhere. And the reason we're spacing this out is because we have to go ahead and we still have to add our flowers. Remember, y'all. You got it? Sorry, I stepped away, y'all. We got to add our flowers. So now we have this portion. Oh, sorry, y'all. We have this portion of the shirt. And we good on that. Now let's go ahead and we're going to go back here. Let's move this whole, okay, so remember we didn't take this off, so it's going to capture everything. So let's go ahead and let's just delete these right here. Let's delete you, because we don't need it. Let's delete you, whoever's left. Whatever we're not using, let's delete it. And delete. And this one is oblong, so I already know that's a delete. Alright, so now let's move this over here, and now let's go ahead back and add our flowers. And they're all going to come up on our canvas. Now, I also didn't use all of my flowers. So, where are my flowers at? Let's see if we can find them. They are... Where you at? Okay, so, let me go ahead and... See, it just keeps it... It keeps attaching. So, it's going to take a little time to work with it. But once you work with it, you'll get it. Alright, so let's see. Flowers. Let's just move y'all back over here. Where we at? For some reason, it went all the way left to my... It went all the way to the far side of my screen. You know what? Let me pause this. No, I was going to pause it, but I want y'all to see how this thing really did give me almost a mental breakdown trying to figure it out. Bring everything back over here. For some reason, I don't know. Just one of them things, y'all. One of them things, okay? And then our last flower was this one. Yep, we're going to move you over here. And now we're just going to go ahead and you're going to place it wherever you want it. So, we're here with our image. Let's go here. And now you just go ahead and put your flowers wherever you want. Now, you can, of course, like I said, put it however you want it to go. Remember, everything you're doing is just, you're using your eyes. So, it's what you think and what you want. So, now we'll bring this over here. And I'm going to bring you here, make you a little smaller so you fit. And I think we got one more, right? We got that, this, and this one. So let's bring you back this way also. And where we at with it? Here you go. It wound up at the bottom. And then we'll go ahead and let's make you smaller. I'll put you in here. Maybe I'll put you in. You know what? I'll put you over here somewhere. And there you go. Now, you have your little flowers. And you see how your little bubble things went behind it? You can actually do it this way if you want. Or just go ahead and move them around. So they're, more shown. You can put it on top. Or you can move it around. like I said, you gotta do whatever works for you, y'all. I give you the tools, and then you make it your own. And then we think we have one more. This one back here, yeah, this one. And we're gonna bring it down like right here. And there you have it. This is it. Now, the easiest way, so you don't have to cut all of these little blue circles individually and then place them on your shirt. You can actually just attach them. So if you go ahead, this is what we have left, right? As far as the little bubbles are concerned, we go ahead, we hit weld, and now our bubbles will cut out as one. It is wasting vinyl, but you know, sometimes that's just what happens when we are doing these type of crafts. So now we are going to go ahead and put this on the shirt. I told you I have a hoodie. And let's see what it's looking like here. And my hoodie is pink and it's a large. So we're going to go here. Make you pink. Let's take our grid boxes off. Let's add it. Let's pick up the size. And now we're going to go ahead and fit this entire thing on our hoodie. Now, you're going to do the same thing that we did for the blue bubbles for your Squidward and your mental breakdown. You're going to go ahead and weld that so it'll all cut as one. So this way, when this cuts as one and then your blue cuts as one, you'll be able to place it exactly how you want it. And then your letters, your flowers are the individual pieces. You're going to have to just, stick them wherever. So what y'all think? I think it's cute. And wait till you see how it comes out in the end. Y'all know the routine. As always, I appreciate you for watching. Make sure to stick around to the end. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like this video. And try this craft. And we'll see how well this does and if I'll come back for another what's trending in the craft world on a weekly basis. This is the Crafty Closet. And like I always tell you, be well, my friends.